I still remember the way my father's voice didn't tremble when he said it. "You're smart enough to make it on your own, kid. You'll be fine." He didn't even look up from the newspaper when he said it. I was 18. My bag sat by the door, half packed, half forced. They didn't kick me out with violence. They did it with belief. Belief that I didn't deserve their investment. That my sister, Claire, the golden one, did. Harvard, paid in full. I got a half-hearted hug and a folded $50 bill in my palm like a charity tip. That's how I learned that some betrayals don't scream, they smile. For the first 2 years, I slept in places that smelled like regret. Hostels, borrowed couches, a car that stalled more than it ran. But I worked, I built, I studied. At 20, I was coding at night, freelancing in the day. By 22, I had my first startup. Failed in 6 months. By 23, my second, sold for 6 figures. Failure taught me faster than privilege ever could. Every rejection letter, every missed meal, every job I didn't get because I didn't have connections, they became my silent partners. I never went back home. I watched from a distance. Birthdays, weddings, Claire's Harvard graduation plastered online like a family victory. Not once did they mention me. To them, I was the independent one. Translation: forgotten. 5 years later, I heard Dad's voice again, but this time on a business podcast. He was boasting about family legacy, about the company he and Claire were now running together. Their words stung less than their confidence. It wasn't jealousy, it was recognition. They'd built the empire they denied me access to, and I was done being their discarded chapter. That's when the idea came. Simple, clean, ruthless. If they denied me a place in their world, I'd build one that consumed it. I started small, acquired a few struggling startups in their sector, logistics and supply chain software, names no one paid attention to. I merged them, streamlined them, built a shadow network of efficiency that undercut their costs by 30%. While they relied on old contracts and reputation, I relied on data and silence. Each move was deliberate. Every partnership, every investment, hidden under holding companies that pointed nowhere near me. I wasn't competing openly. I was infiltrating markets they thought they owned. Their quarterly reports began slipping. Margins shrank. Investors whispered. By the time they realized they had a competitor, I already owned their suppliers. Their customers were migrating quietly. I named my company Solvance, a meaningless word that meant everything to me. It was the embodiment of what they said I'd never be: sufficient, capable, enough. Last year, I got a call. Claire. Her voice cracked in ways I hadn't heard before. "Hey, you doing well? Haven't talked in a while." It was the tone people use when they want something but don't know how to ask. I let her talk. Their company, Stratwell Industries, was facing unexpected challenges. She didn't know who owned Solvance. Not yet. I listened, polite, curious, detached. She spoke about loyalty, family, sticking together. The irony was almost poetic. When she asked if Solvance would consider a partnership, I said I'd run it by the board. The board was me. 3 months later, I stood in the same office where they once told me I wasn't worth investing in. They didn't recognize me at first. New suit, new posture, new life. It took a moment. Then the realization hit them like a slow-moving bullet. "You're the owner?" my father asked. His voice trembled this time. I smiled, calm. "I told you I'd make it on my own." Claire's eyes filled with something between disbelief and guilt. I didn't gloat. I didn't shout. I didn't need to. The silence was the revenge. Their empire was crumbling. Mine was expanding. Every contract they lost found a home with Solvance. Every investor they disappointed came to me. And when their company finally filed for bankruptcy, I quietly acquired their remaining assets. Their office, their patents, even the Stratwell name. I bought everything they thought defined them. I didn't do it for money. I did it for balance. For the 18-year-old version of me who left with a bag and a $50 bill. People think revenge feels fiery. It doesn't. It's cold, calculated, almost peaceful. Because when the moment comes, the one you've built towards for years, you don't feel rage. You feel control. A month after the acquisition, I visited them. They were smaller now. House sold, reputation shattered. Claire opened the door. Her eyes didn't hold the same light they once did. Dad sat quietly on the couch, TV off, pride gone. He looked up at me, defeated. "I guess you made it." I nodded. On my own. No speech, no forgiveness, just truth, spoken softly to echo. That night, as I walked out of their neighborhood, the air felt different. Not lighter, just settled.